Welcome back. Let's do question 4. The graph of f of x is equal to ax squared, where x is less than or equal to 0, which is sketched below. The point P lies on the graph of f. What type of a graph is this? This is a parabola. This is a quadratic function, okay? This is a quadratic graph. But what has happened here? The domain has been restricted. Actually, if this is a full graph, it was going to be like this. And then the domain is restricted here. And we just have this arm like this. Okay, so this is a parabolic function. So it says the graph of f of x is equal to ax squared, where x is less than or equal to 0, is sketched below. The point P lies on the graph of f. Calculate the value of a for 2 marks. Right, what we do here, we have our f of x is equal to ax squared. Right, what do we have? We have a point P. The coordinates of point there, we have y at P, which is -8, is equal to a, and then x at P, that is -6, and then squared. So we have -8 is equal to 36a. And then what we do, we divide by 36 on both sides of the equation. We get that a is equal to -8 over 36, which reduces to -2 over 9. So meaning that f of x is equal to -2 over 9x squared. Makes sense because the graph is concave down. So our a is negative, or our a is less than 0. Okay, that's the first one. Then 4.2, determine the equation of the inverse of f in the form y is equal to, right? That is 4.2. So we start with what? With our equation. Let's use y for this, f of x. We use y. Y is equal to -2 over 9x squared. Right, we have 2 marks here. The first mark is for interchanging. Remember also we have our domain, which is restricted. We're saying x less than or equal to 0. Let's interchange. Where there's x, we put y. Where there's y, we put x. So it becomes x is equal to -2 over 9 y squared. And then even here the domain becomes y less than or equal to 0. Remember, the domain becomes the range becomes the domain. If you interchange, where there's x, you put y. Where there's y, you put x. So meaning that the domain becomes the range becomes the domain. Okay, something like that. Okay, please take note of that. And then now we have interchanged. We have our mark here. And then the next step is to make y the subject of the formula. So we divide by -2 over 9 on both sides of the equation. Y squared is equal to -9 over 2x. Okay, and then we square root both sides. Y is equal to positive or negative -9 over 2x. But we have a condition here. Our y should be less than or equal to 0. So it means we discard the positive answer here. Okay, because our y should be 0 or negative. So we remain with y is equal to -9 over 2x. It's possible to have this. Please take note. Our x should be negative. So if you put negative here, negative x, let's say for example we put -1. -1 times -9 over 2, you get +9 over 2. That will make this one what? A real number. That's the equation of the inverse in the form y is equal to something. Right, that's the answer there. And then 4.3, write down the range for the inverse. Write down the range for the inverse. We have already done that here. So we can say 4.3 here. It becomes y less than or equal to 0. Remember, we say the domain becomes the range for the inverse. Right, or just interpret from the graph. We can see that our inverse graph, oh no, we don't have the inverse graph yet. Okay, so it's fine. We have our range from this, y less than or equal to 0. 4.4, sketch the graph of the inverse. Indicate the coordinates of any point on the graph different from the origin, 0, 0. The point that we have is this one, so it'll be easier to use this point, but somehow you can use any other point that you want to use. Okay, you can have your x value, let's say the -1, and then use the equation to find the y value. Okay, and then you can plot that point, just show that point, but it will be easier to use P here. So what happens here? P is from our f of x. So for the inverse, we interchange this. So it means we're going to have a point which is, let's just say point here, with coordinates of -8, -6. Okay, interchange. Where there's x, you put y. Where there's y, put x. And then the other thing, remember this graph is a reflection. The inverse is a reflection of the graph about the line y is equal to x. Y is equal to x, okay? And then we have a point -8, -6. So it could be here, somewhere there. -8, -6, somewhere there. And then you sketch your graph, which is like this. So we get our 2 points there for the graph and for the point. Right. The graph of f is reflected across the line y is equal to x, right? Which, getting the inverse there. Thereafter, it is reflected across the x-axis. Okay, so we say that the equation of the inverse is y is equal to negative. That's the equation of the inverse. Now it says this function, the inverse function, is reflected about the x-axis. Remember this. Right, let me remind you about this. Reflection about the x-axis. F of x, or even say f of x or y, becomes what? Becomes negative f of x. That's reflection about the x-axis. Remember that. And then reflection about the y-axis. Remember that f of x becomes f of negative x. Where there's x, you put negative x. This applies to all functions, even in trig functions. Okay, right. So here we have this function being reflected about the x-axis. So it meaning that y becomes negative y. Just like we're saying here, f of x becomes negative f of x, and then this becomes negative y, which is negative what? Negative 9/2x, like that. And then this and this will give us plus. Remember, this is what? The new function. Okay, so let's call it y is equal to, and then -9/2x, like that. Okay, right, that's what it's supposed to do there.